Welcome to the Man United stream. Hope you're doing well. We're a bit earlier than scheduled, but I couldn't wait. I had to do the show earlier. It was 12 o'clock. I'd scheduled this show, but I thought, why not come on early and just enjoy the show, enjoy our week. I mean, I'm having a brilliant week. I don't know about you, but I'm loving this week. I wonder why. I wonder why I'm happy. I wonder why so many Man United fans are actually happy. Well, it could have something to do with Man United and their performance on the weekend. Maybe, just maybe, we are looking back and thinking on Sunday evening and Sunday afternoon and what we did away from Anfield. We ended a 9-year streak of away losses at Anfield. 9-year streak. And United turned up. Rúben Amorim turned up and pulled off a masterclass, not just in team selection, but also in the tactics used. And that's what we're going to be looking at today. Well, looking at it, celebrating, whatever you want to call it. But look, it's all good news when it comes to United and playing away against Anfield. We've got the back-to-back wins. That's something already. Okay, that is a celebration on its own. But to do it away from home at Anfield, our arch rivals, that is something else. That was something else. Bryan Mbeumo obviously scoring that first goal, then Cody Gakpo making it 1-1 in the second half, and then Harry Dino, Maguire Dino, whatever you want to call him, coming up trumps with yet another last-minute header. I mean, how many last-minute headers has this guy come up with? I mean, I think Rúben Amorim might just give him instructions to go up every second half injury time. You might as well go up, Harry Maguire. You might as well go up. If we need a goal, send him up. Look, it's been terrific. Let's settle down a little bit. Let's settle down. It's a live show. I can't go crazy. I can't go absolutely ape about what we did. But can't I? Come on, we all can. We can all enjoy this moment because we haven't had many moments like this with Man United in recent years where we can say, look, 9 years we've been waiting for this. 9 years we've been travelling away to Anfield and not getting anything. We've been walking away hoping that we get a draw sometimes. I mean, look, even in this game, I was not confident. And I'm going to hold my hands up and say that. Look, as a Man United fan, it's hard to say that I was not confident because there's been so many times where we've always thought, right, we don't care where we're going, whichever club we're going to go away from home and get the 3 points. But look, let's be honest, in recent years, United have struggled away from home. Never mind at Old Trafford, but they've struggled they've struggled away from home more. And at Anfield, well, look, there's not many clubs that have gone to Anfield and won. And there's not many managers either that have gone and won. Sansu, how are you, my friend? Good morning. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for commenting as well. I always don't know why I do these live shows. I don't do them for. It's actually easier and less stressful recording a whole video and putting it out there. But the reason why I do live shows is because I love hearing from fans. I love hearing from people, commenting, let me know their thoughts. It's live interaction. It's an interaction with the subscribers and everybody who's enjoying this moment. And that's why I actually did a live stream yesterday and today, because I'm interested in what fans are actually saying. Of course, when you've recorded a video and you're doing something, it's not as interactive. You've someone might leave a comment here and there, and you might respond to them and things like that. But it's not the same as having a live chat with somebody about United and what went on. Look, I'm still buzzing, and I'm still buzzing because I'm going over everything that happened and how Harry Maguire scored that last-minute header, that assist from Bruno Fernandes. Please update on Manchester United sale. I will be doing that. I'll be doing a live stream at 1 p.m. today on some update news on the takeover. There's some significant news that I've got, and I will be bringing I think it was that's why I came early. I came on early right now because I realised that look, I'm going to have to do another live stream later on, and I didn't want to overlap on both of them, so I thought I'll leave a little bit of a gap and then give all the people out there an update on takeover news, because there is some news on takeover. It's interesting news as well. Something is happening, something's cooking, so we've got maybe some positive news. I'll let you decide if it's positive or negative, but either way, we're going to bring that to you later on in today. Around about 1 p.m. I'm scheduling it, or 1 or maybe 2, actually 2, because I might leave a bit of a gap because I need to get as much information as possible. I am waiting on another person to get back to me with some other news I wanted to confirm, but that something is happening, and everything suddenly, there seems like a cloud's been lifted off United, haven't we? We've got the positive news about the takeover a week before this game, and everyone was in joyous moods that look, the Glazers might be out, and we were all looking forward to that news. And we were looking forward to this game, but not because we were confident that we're going to win Liverpool. There's only a few. I think there was a subscriber called Rory who predicted it right, and I did message him after the game. He predicted it spot on. So if Rory's there watching, make sure you comment. Take the accolades, my friend. You got it exactly right. He called it as 2-1 to Man United, and I saw that comment, and I was like, no way could it be 2-1 to United. I can't see United holding out this attack of Liverpool, this star-studded, expensive, multi-million pound star-studded strike. I mean, Isaac, we've got Gakpo, we've got Salah, we've got, who else have they bought? Wirtz and Ekitike, all these players, and I thought, no way we'll be able to defend against these attackers. Will we be able to keep them out for 90 minutes away at Anfield? I did not at any point think that we're going to be able to do that. But look, Harry Maguire, first of all, I said it in my yesterday's show. I've got to hold my hands up and say, Harry Maguire, you were fantastic. And for all the criticism you've got, for everything that you've been thrown under the bus so many times by Man United fans, including myself. I've questioned Harry Maguire and his ability to play as a centre-back for Man United. And many times I've said, I don't want him here. And I want someone else. I want a better centre-back. And even before the game kicked off and I saw the team sheet, I called it out. I said, what? Harry Maguire, why is he starting? Surely we should have Lenny Euro starting. That was my initial thought. And I'm telling you like it is. I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm not going to turn around and say, no, my opinions are right and nobody else's opinions are right. No, that's never the case. I'm not one of those fans who's going to be like, this is it. This is what I believe and everyone else must believe the same. And this is my opinion on this player and everyone else must follow suit. No. Every Man United fan is entitled to his or her opinion. So if a fan out there says, look, I like Diego Dalot, they need the eyes checking, but other than that, look, that's their opinion. I disagree. I think Diego Dalot is a weak link in this United team, and even against Liverpool, when every Man United player's performance was, I'd say, in the 8s, in the 9s, I think Diego Dalot was the least best in the team. His performance is probably still, his performance was about 6-7 maybe if he's lucky. I still think he wasn't as good as the rest of the team. Now, but Harry Maguire, coming back to Harry Maguire, look, he shows why he keeps getting picked for England. This guy comes up trumps when he's on fire and when he's confident and when you actually believe in Harry Maguire, like Rúben Amorim has done despite all the negative press. Harry Maguire repays your faith, and that's what he did in the game against Liverpool on Sunday. He was picked ahead of Lenny Euro. Many people raised eyebrows. Many people said, what's going on there? Why has Harry Maguire been picked? And well, he repaid Rúben Amorim's faith in him. And look, I love that. I love the fact that he's gone and there's a connection between him and Rúben Amorim. And Rúben Amorim, imagine what he's thinking. He's thinking, damn, I backed this guy and look what he's done for me. So that is great news, and I like that bond building between the players and coach. It was fantastic. Just this morning, actually, I was watching the players arrive to training yesterday, and the smiles on all their faces, and they were just so relaxed, and you could just tell that all of the United squad was relieved that they've got their back-to-back win. Number 2, they were just happy. They were just happy that, look, we can perform at this level. We can go toe-to-toe with the likes of Liverpool, the current Premier League champions, and go and beat them on their home turf. Silence the Anfield crowd. But, look, we have to come to why? How did it happen? Everyone's trying to look at detail as to what the team setup was, how United did this job over Liverpool. How did they go to Anfield and get this win? And credit has to go to Rúben Amorim, the Man United manager, the man that many people, including myself, have been having doubts over. Many fans have started doubting Rúben Amorim and his win rate and everything else, going with him, with his formation, sticking to his formation and system and whatever you want to call it. And even I was questioning it. Even I have been questioning it. And I still say that, look, Rúben Amorim still has to go out there and prove more. He has to get consistent wins. He has to get Man United playing like this week in, week out. There's no point getting this win over Liverpool and then flapping it on the weekend against Brighton at home at Old Trafford. We need to up our game. We need to get the players playing again with that same amount of intensity and confidence. And he has to change things around again. Keep the opposition managers guessing. And that's exactly what he did against Liverpool. Now, Arne Slot probably expecting United not to play Casemiro, not to play Kuna, maybe keep Sesko up at the front, and of course play Lenny Euro at the back. So I think there's lots of things that he changed up that were not expected by Arne Slot and Liverpool. Liverpool were expecting a different team. Liverpool were expecting a different United to turn up. And the way United played, the way they cancelled out Liverpool's attacks, the way they controlled the game in the first half. First half, I'd say United were the better team. Many people saying, oh, look, they defended a lot. Of course they were going to defend a lot. In the second half, it was all about defending. Of course it was, because they knew that the home side would come out firing, they'd come out looking for that equaliser, and if not, the winning goal. And United knew that they had to defend. It would be absolutely idiotic, complete lunacy, if United came out saying, right, do you know what we're going to do? We're going to go and attack Liverpool and leave spaces behind us. Because, look, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. And the whole, I said it even before the game, I said there's only one way United can go and win against Liverpool, and that is if we start frustrating Liverpool, if we get the fans nervous. And that's exactly what we did. And I said the first goal will be crucial. Whichever team gets that first goal, it is going to be very crucial in this game. Maybe not in other games, but in this game it's crucial because, number one, Liverpool have lost 3 games in a row. The fans are nervous, the players will be nervous, and if United went and scored an early goal, Liverpool will get silenced. I mean, Liverpool, the players would get nervous and the fans would get nervous, and that's exactly what we saw. But then I wasn't expecting Liverpool to go and equalise and then United to go and get the winner. But it's crazy. Let me put a question out there to people watching right now. I don't know how many people are watching, but those of you who are watching right now, I want you to list the managers who've won away from home at Anfield and at the Etihad in the last 5 years in the Premier League. Name me the list of managers who've won both at Etihad and both at Anfield in the last 5 years. We're talking about Man City, we're talking about Liverpool. Which Premier League manager has gone out there and won against both these teams away from home? Right? Tell me. I'll give you a couple of minutes. Think about it. Come back to me. How many managers? There's not many, but you list them if you can. Anyway, coming to another player that again I think was not I highlighted him. I highlighted him and said, look, this guy was really, really important. Immediately after the game, I did a match reaction and I said, for me, this player was the man of the match. And for me, that was Matheus Cunha. He was the man of the match for me. I know everyone's obviously would go with Harry Maguire, given that he scored the winning goal. He had a very good performance at the back as well. And then some people might say it's Mbeumo. He had a very good performance as well, scoring that opening goal and giving Liverpool a hard time. But for me, it was Matheus Cunha. The guy was sensational. He was a workhorse, a guy who was just giving Liverpool a complete nightmare situation to deal with, because he was just holding the ball. He was playing opposite to what most Man United players were playing like, because Man United in the second half, they were giving the ball away too easy, not holding on to it, they're struggling to compose themselves apart from Cunha. Cunha, if you watch his match highlights, you will see this guy was cooking throughout the entire game. He was just trolling the Liverpool defence, and I was loving every second of it. Watching him play, I was laughing, screaming, whatever. It was an absolute brilliant performance. Sans says, I can only remember Watford coach, but I forgot his name. I'll put you out your misery. There's only one coach in the last 5 years in the Premier League that's gone and won at Anfield and at Etihad, and that's Rúben Amorim. That is Rúben Amorim. Can you believe that? I mean, when I saw that, I was shocked. I was like, nah, that can't be right. In the last 5 years in the Premier League, there's only one coach that's gone and won away at Anfield and also at the Etihad, and that is Rúben Amorim. I would never have guessed that. Never would have guessed that. But look, that shows you how difficult it is to go at Anfield and win. They've got an absolute fantastic record at home. Liverpool are very difficult to beat at home. And for United to turn up when Liverpool are under extreme pressure to go and take the win, go and get the win. Arne Slot was under pressure. The players were under pressure to perform. The fans were on their backs, saying, look, you must win. This is a must-win game. Forget the 3 that you've already lost. This is an absolute must-win game. And the way and the manner in which United control the game, the way and the manner in which United outplayed Liverpool. And I'm going to keep saying it. We outplayed them. We outclassed them. We tactically, we were much better than them. And they really didn't know what to do. Yes, they were attacking, and yes, they were trying to score, but they were just doing what Liverpool do anyway. There was nothing tactically different about this Arne Slot team. They were trying to overload us at the back and trying to get that goal, but United knew exactly how to defend against him. And then Senny Lemons, guys. What can I say? What can I say about Senny Lemons? I mean, I was saying it whilst I was doing the watch along, and I was like, this kid is going to be an absolute beast. We've got to remember, he is a young player. He's not someone experienced. He's coming in. This is his first big team. This is his first big time. This is his first time in the limelight. And this kid is playing the way he's doing. And what was really interesting was, at the end of the game, Senny Lemons was walking off the pitch. And guess who he bumped into? Peter Schmeichel, the legendary goalkeeper of Man United, and they both just had a wry smile. They looked at each other, shook hands. I don't think there was much words exchanged between the two, but that look, it was almost like passing of the baton. It was almost like, you are the future. You are the new United goalkeeper. And it was just amazing to watch. I need to go and find a clip of it, because I thought that will be an amazing clip to watch. I mean, both of them walking up to each other, shaking hands, knowing Schmeichel looking at him in the look, that the look said it all. It was, you are the future of United. And what a goalkeeper. What a goalkeeper. And again, he's another one who had an outstanding performance, and he quite easily could have won the man of the match. Now, you probably ask why. You're probably thinking, what, he didn't really do much, or he did. He had that massive save against Isaac, 1-on-1. I'm telling you, if there's any other goalkeeper in that position, they wouldn't have rushed out that fast, and they would not have closed off the angle. He came out as quick as possible, shot off his line, and Isak really had to rush his shot, and that's what made him flap it. And then he did exactly the same against Mo Salah, I think it was late in the second half, and he did exactly the same, where he rushed out to him, closed off his angle, closed off his options, and Salah kicked it over the goals. That is what a top goalkeeper does. He smells danger and is on there. He's on it as quick as you can, and he smothers everything. That's why he is, for me, one of the best young goalkeepers United have signed in a long time. I mean, even De Gea didn't have a start like Sonny Lemons. He is so composed, so solid, and when it comes to shot stopping, but not just shot stopping, even coming out, catching the ball, just monitoring his area, controlling his penalty area, and he's bossing it in there. He's bossing it, and I love that. Look, if I go down the list of players, let's just actually go down the list of players. Sonny Lemons, brilliant. Dalot, okay, only weak link in the team, in my opinion, but again, some of you might say Dalot had a very good game or decent game, but for me, I think he was about 6 or 7. 6, I would give him average. De Ligt, amazing. Maguire, absolutely amazing. Probably man of the match performance. He did get man of the match performance. Mason Mount, unsung hero. What he does for United is completely overlooked by some people. I mean, Mason Mount defensively is so good. So good. You don't see what he does off the ball. When you're watching the game and you're watching Mason Mount, and what he does off the ball is crucial to United. He gives us so much cover. He runs back, tracks back and defends. But not only that, he gets forward as well when the time comes. He is a complete pocket rocket when it comes to going forward as well, and he causes havoc in the opposition's defence area because they don't really know what to do. They can't really pick him up either because he's going back forward. It's crazy. Then you got Bruno Fernandes. Look, for me, Bruno Fernandes was pretty. He was good. Look, he missed that early chance in the first half. I thought he should have got it on target. He hit the post, but he should have got it on target. He had a lot of time. He had the whole goal in front of him, but obviously it's easier said than done, right? Okay, so he was under pressure and he probably took the shot thinking, right, I need to get it off quickly. But for his assist, amazing assist for the winning goal for Harry Maguire. And even Roy Keane said, look, most players in that situation would have taken a touch to control the ball, bring it down, and then cross it in. But to think about just crossing it in immediately, giving the Liverpool defence no time to clear their lines, no time to even think, this is the tiny differences that makes you go and win matches like this. These big matches are won by these little things that players do. And for Bruno Fernandes to have the awareness to just simply volley the ball back into the area, onto the head of Harry Maguire. And again, he was so composed with doing that. You know, you're in injury time. You're in injury time. I was in injury time. It was just before injury time, actually. Just before injury time. But you're near the end of the game. Your composure's all over the place. You're tired. You're shattered from defending. And Bruno Fernandes, before that point, I was screaming, saying, get him off, because he looked absolutely shattered. He couldn't keep up with the play. He couldn't defend. Every time he was getting the ball, you could see his legs had gone. And he couldn't even make a simple pass because if you've ever played football, you'll know that when you're tired, you can't actually make any pass. A simple pass that you'd probably make 9 out of 10 times in a normal game scenario. But when you're shattered and you're near the end of the game and you've given it all you have, you can't actually. Is there a bad echo? Is there? Oh shoot, man! Sorry, man. Sorry. Thanks for letting me know. Let me just sort that out. I did sort this out last time. Let me just let me see what I can do. There. That should have sorted it out. PI since 2000. Thank you very much. I had this problem the other day. Let me know if that sounds any better. Oh, all this streaming stuff. This is why I don't go live. There's so much to worry about, so much things to think about. And is that sorted? Let me know, PI. But thank you. I appreciate you making that comment and letting me know. That's the worst thing ever, isn't it? I mean, someone jumping on, and then there's an absolute echo. Nice, sounds good now, right? Apologies, but I appreciate you making that comment. I really do. Thank you so much for that. Because yeah, I could be sat here. This happened to me the other day, and I did the same thing where there's two mics in this setup. So one is behind the camera and one I have right in front of me. Now, when I'm doing a video, I actually record with the other mic, but when I'm doing live stream, I record with this one right in front of me, and then I don't know why, but the system doesn't turn off the other mic behind. So when I go live, both mics are on. So I'm speaking into this mic and I'm speaking into the other one, and it creates an echo. So apologies for that. That must have been an absolute nightmare for 20 minutes. Anyone who's lasted that long for 20 minutes, I apologize. I apologize to damaging your ears with that echo. Honestly, but PI, appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. Anyway, coming back to the team, we were going through the Bruno Fernandes. We were talking about Bruno Fernandes. Kuna, of course, I've already explained to you what my thoughts were on Kuna. Ahmad, I thought he played brilliantly. I think this combination with Ahmad and Mbeumo on that side, on the right-hand side, it's deadly. It's deadly, and I don't think that anyone can handle them two at the same time. Any defence in the Premier League, I think, will struggle against Ahmad and Mbeumo because, the number one, they've got a connection. You can see that they've got a connection. The way they move, the way they pick out each other. Ahmad knows exactly what position Mbeumo's running into, where he's going, what direction he's moving into, and Mbeumo knows exactly what Ahmad is thinking as well. So there's the connection there. We need to actually harness that. We need to harness that even further, and Rúben Amorim needs to start playing Ahmad and Mbeumo together more often. We saw it in the last game against Sunderland, and Sunderland, they couldn't cope with it to such a degree that they had to bring off the winger on that side and put in an extra defender just to cope with Ahmad and Mbeumo, because they were overlapping, doing absolute crazy stuff against Sunderland, and Sunderland had to make a change very early on in that game. So Ahmad, brilliant. Casemiro, now look, again, credit where credit is due. Before the game, I'm not a big fan of Casemiro. I always think, look, Casemiro obviously is a top player, but he hasn't got the legs. I always think, he gets tired out pretty quickly, and we then start struggling. And you know when he gets tired because he starts fouling. He starts fouling people. And this time round, as soon as he committed that foul in the second half, boom, he was taken off immediately by Rúben Amorim. And again, I like that. I like to see that from Rúben Amorim. One of the biggest criticisms for me for Rúben Amorim was always that he doesn't make substitutions at the right time. I think he wastes too much time thinking, deliberating about it, and then he makes substitutions at the wrong time, brings off the wrong people, brings on the wrong people. However, this game, this is why the thumbnail is what it is. This guy bossed. Rúben Amorim was tactically amazing. Absolutely, he got everything on point. And you have to say that it was because of what his decisions that United went and won this game against Liverpool at Anfield. And his decision making, not only for the team selection, but also whilst the game is going on, his substitutions and the timing of those substitutions and the players that came off was instrumental. Now, he took off Casemiro as soon as he got the yellow card, but he also took off Amad Diallo. Now, at that point, I was not happy. I was like, why the hell are you taking off Amad Diallo? But moments later, I realised why. As soon as Diallo moved into that position, and I realised, he's trying to take out Gakpo, the threat of Gakpo. Cody Gakpo was Liverpool's danger man. He hit the post, I think, twice or three times. He scored that goal. He was the only player that United were struggling to pick up and handle. He was causing a lot of problems out there, and that was, of course, because Ahmad was struggling with him. So as soon as Diallo moved out there, obviously he's a defensive player. He would cope with Gakpo better, and that's exactly what happened. They neutralised that attack from Gakpo. That danger got neutralised, and again, that was brilliant thinking by Rúben Amorim. Even I wasn't thinking that. Even I was like, Gakpo's bloody a nightmare to handle right now. But then I didn't think at one moment that, we could take off Ahmad and bring, switch Dalot to that side and bring Dogu on the other side. Brilliant. Again, tactical masterclass that was. And then going through the other players, we've got Mbeumo. Mbeumo had a fantastic game again for Man United. Now, look, let's go look at our signings this summer. 2 signings, Kuna and Mbeumo. When we signed them, we already knew what we were doing. We knew what we were getting. And this is why they were 2 fantastic signings. And this is why we as a fan base were buzzing with these 2 signings. It wasn't because, look, everyone wanted them, but what we got was 2 very, very good Premier League proven players. And yes, Mbeumo was in demand. We had Newcastle chasing him. There was obviously teams going after both of them. But what I'm saying is, look, you weren't getting the big teams like going after him. Maybe Mbeumo, they probably would have. Mbeumo scored plenty of goals last season, and he is one hell of a player. But both of these players, when we signed them, we were buzzing. We were buzzing because we knew that they're gonna make this. They're gonna make the difference. They're gonna make a difference in these big games. They're gonna actually come out and they're gonna give us something that United are missing. And Mbeumo, oh God, what a player! What a player! That first goal sums Mbeumo up. He got up, but everyone fell down. If you watch the replay, I've seen it a couple of times now. So Van Dijk goes for the ball, takes out his own player McAllister, and he takes out Mbeumo. Both of them fall on the floor, and he clears his lines. But the reaction after that is what you have to watch. You see them, Mbeumo gets to his feet, turns around, and then you see him. He sees Ahmad with the ball, and he's only got one thought in his head. I'm going to sprint, and I'm going to sprint at full pelt. And you look at him thinking, if you weren't watching the game, if you're just watching Mbeumo, you're thinking, what's he doing? He sprints past Konate, past Van Dijk, and they had no idea he was even there. That's how fast he came through. And then to finish with his right foot, first time shot, you can't make this up, can you? It absolutely brilliant. Sandil Zulu says, 2026, do we need this players? Bruno, Shaw, Casemiro, Dalot and Maguire this February 5th to get rid of 2026. If this here, I can't breathe. Also, you're saying these players that you need. Yeah, I mean, look, I can't see these players still being here. I can't see. I think one thing is clear from what we've heard from Rúben Amorim, that he's not going to rely on just simply sticking with what he's got. He's already telling us that, look, there's work to be done. There's changes still to be made. I'm still going to actually carry on with what my vision is of this team. And that's what he said post-match press conference. And he actually had to go at the press. He's saying, look, I want you to stay on my back. I want you to actually carry on criticising me and me not getting enough wins and the players. I think, look, Dalot for sure. Dalot for sure is gone. He's a goner. He is a goner. I cannot see from when we watched the game, Rúben Amorim watches it like a fan. You can see he makes the changes. When he came in and got rid of all the other, what they call the bomb squad, we all knew that these players were not good for this United squad. They were not good enough. They were bringing the squad down. They didn't have unity. They were singular players, starting to look at themselves in a singular way and giving out team leaks and team news and leaking stuff out to the press. Then he got rid of them all. And now we're looking at the ones that are still here, and I do see Dalot as a player that I can't see surviving under. I think he might stay, but become a bit part player when United go and bring somebody else in, because under this formation with the 3 at the back and the wing backs are the most crucial players on the pitch. If they have a bad game, the entirety of United struggle. If the wing backs have a good game, then the entire United team will play well. We saw that with Ahmad going and rushing forward and getting that assist. That's what the wing-back has to do. But in this formation, the wing-backs also have to get back in time, have to defend. They have to be the hardest working two players on the pitch under this formation. The way the three at the back works, you need them wing-backs to be shooting up, but also shooting back as quick as possible. Sandil, Bruno, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Before this game, I think many people were saying, look, cash out on Bruno, or quite a few people saying that, but there was still some fans saying we need to keep hold of Bruno. I think if an offer comes in from the Saudi League or any other big club, I think in excess of 100 mil, I think United will take it. I think United will take it. From what I'm seeing, from what I'm hearing, I think they would take 100 mil. I think that Bruno is coming to the end of his peak, shall we say, and I think United will look at that and think, right, okay, I think it's sensible to cash out on Bruno Fernandes. Let us know in the comments. I mean, who else thinks that about Bruno Fernandes? I'd be interested to hear from those who might disagree with that and say, look, Bruno Fernandes is crucial to this United team. He got that assist, that for the winning goal. I mean, it's crazy we're talking about Bruno Fernandes in these terms. I've always said one thing. I said, look, Bruno Fernandes is a world-class player. Absolute phenomenal player. I don't like him as a captain. I think that's where he lacks as a leader, but as a player, he is world class. But if someone comes up and gives you 100 mil for Bruno Fernandes, would you take it? I would. Personally, I would. And if you watch my career mode on this channel on EAFC, I went and sold Bruno Fernandes in the first week of being as the Man United manager. An offer came in for 100 million plus from a Premier League club, and I sold him. I was like, right, okay, let's sell him. And I went and brought in another young Cam and put him in instead of Bruno Fernandes. But again, I think the team has to consistently be evolving. It has to consistently be bringing in new faces, new players, and evolving. The worst thing a club can do is just rest on their laurels and say, well, we've got Bruno Fernandes right now, and let's just keep him here, and let's not bring anyone else through the team, through the ranks, whether it's Kobe Mainoo, whether it's somebody else we're signing and bringing in. Again, I feel like we need to start giving him less game time and allowing other players to come on. And that actually brings me to a very important point. One of the things I was screaming at the TV when I was watching Liverpool v United on the weekend, I think when Bruno Fernandes, even before he got the assist, I was saying, get him off because he's tired. We need someone else to come in who can hold that midfield together and give us some defensive work rate. And I was shouting, Kobe Mainoo, bring on Kobe Mainoo, bring on Kobe Mainoo, what are you doing? And I was like saying, Rúben, if you do not bring on Kobe Mainoo, we're gonna struggle. We're gonna struggle, and we might end up losing this game. It was already 1-1 at the time, and I was thinking, we need to bring in Kobe Mainoo. His legs are gone. And yes, he finally did it. Rúben Amorim. He took off Bruno Fernandes. So all that talk of him having a favour with Bruno Fernandes and never taking him off, well, he did take him off, and we finally got to see Kobe Mainoo come in and actually put in a decent performance in the time that he had. He held the ball well, he defended well, and this is what Kobe Mainoo gives us. And I think that's where I think United can't rely on the old guard. We need to carry on and giving opportunities to the young players who can then take up the positions. Harry Maguire, for instance, yeah, brilliant. Look, he got that winning goal. Love him to bits. For turning things around, telling his critics, there you go, that's what I could do. So all that criticism he's been getting, he can put that to bed. But does that mean that we play Harry Maguire week in, week out? I don't think so. I wouldn't do that. I would still be integrating Lenny Euro into the first team and trying and getting him and De Ligt as the two main pairing, as our two new future centre-backs. That's what I would be doing, and I'm sure Rúben Amorim will do that. I'm sure he will rotate Harry Maguire and Lenny Euro. I wouldn't say Lenny Euro is out of the next game. I think maybe look, if I wouldn't change this team. I would keep this team as it is going into the Brighton game. But, you know, Rúben Amorim might change that around. Luke Shaw, you've also mentioned Luke Shaw as someone that we need to sell on. Yeah, I'd agree. Look, I think Luke Shaw had a very good game against Liverpool, but again, it's someone that I think we should look to sell on. Without a doubt, I think, look, Harry Maguire is going to get that contract extension. I think he's going to get that contract extension. Dave, how are you, mate? You doing well? Any news on Beckham being involved in UAE? Yes, I've got news on that. I'm going to be bringing it to you in about an hour's time. I've got the show ready. I had the show ready, but I had to come in and give you news on this and just go through, this performance. Still kind of celebrating, still in that happy mood, still enjoying what we've witnessed. But yes, I have, Dave. I will be bringing an update show in the next hour or so. So as soon as I get off this stream, I will schedule that in and make sure you hit the subscribe so you don't miss that, obviously. So yeah, I'll be bringing that to you. It's an update, of course. It is an update on David Beckham and another footballer, another United star, another ex-United player that we're hearing. We're getting news that are involved in or have been approached to either become ambassadors or to advise on the takeover. So there is things moving in the background. Of course, we're celebrating what's going on at United and, you know, the Premier League, and like everything, we get distracted. We get distracted with what we're seeing, and obviously we're going to go into the Brighton game on the weekend, and everyone's thinking about football and who's playing what and everything and what's going on. But of course, behind the scenes, this is happening now. There's been a lot of news behind the scenes about this a potential bid. In fact, I've heard in some quarters, some reports that a bid has already been made. But I'll save all that with it for an hour or so. I need to get everything together and then give you that news, because there is an update on that, and David Beckham is definitely part of it. I've already got the thumbnail ready for that, so it'll be going up as soon as I finish this show, which is probably in about another 5 to 10 minutes, because I don't want to keep you guys on for long. My kind of whole thought process is always keep things nice, short and simple, give you guys an update on everything that's going on, and then let it be. I don't want to kind of ramble on for hours and hours, and then you're there thinking, when's this news coming? So I will, as soon as I get off this show, I will be doing that show as soon as I can, maybe a 20-30 minute break, and then boom, I'll be bringing you that news with the takeover. But there is definitely news. We got the news yesterday, and we got some more this morning, so there is definitely news on the takeover. Interesting news as well. It's interesting that there's fans still interested in the takeover, because I am, because I know that to ultimately get success, continuous success at this club, we need to change things right from the top and then work our way further down the line. We are getting, we've got a decent manager. We need a lot of other things to change to get consistently become a club that's going to challenge for the Premier League and the Champions League. We're not going to do it by simply having owners who don't give a crap about the club, and owners that really are not going to invest any further money into the club. Yes, we might have this 1 or 2 games where we can go and on the day beat the likes of Liverpool despite having them spent so much money. But we all know that once these players do settle in and they start cooking for Liverpool, like Wirtz, like Isaac, they're going to be phenomenal. We can't write these players off. Just because Wirtz has come in and he's not had a good time in the beginning with Liverpool, or he's not fit into the system, that's not his problem. The problem here we've got is Arne Slot. He's not been able to accommodate all these players in that team, and he's not. He looks like he wants to play everyone. He wants to play his old players, but he also wants to play with his new players, and that's not really working. That's the problem that he has. It's been hard times for him, but look, he went and signed all these players. That's his problem. Sanos says, just want to confirm that there is a meeting between investors and Manchester United board. There was a meeting. We were told there was a meeting last week. This week, now we're being told again that there is a further meeting to be held between the Manchester United investors, or a group of investors from the UAE, with the Glazers, not with Manchester United directly. So there is talks going on between the Glazers and the UAE investment firm. That's for sure. That's already been confirmed. We've got some further news as to who is involved in the process, and that's where it gives it some credence, because the most important thing you want to hear is this genuine, number one? And how you find out, or how you start saying that it is genuine news and there is some substance behind this news, is when you start hearing the names of the people involved. That makes it very important. Now, we broke the news last week where we were talking about how Eric Cantona has been touted as has been brought in as one of the advisors, ambassadors, whatever you want to call it, to the UAE investment group. Now, we're not quite sure whether the investment group are going out and just getting advice off these players and then letting them be, or whether they're bringing them on board and keeping them there for a long-term advisory role. That's where David Beckham comes in, and he is crucial to everything going forward, and we'll discuss that in our live show in a short while, because David Beckham is not just an ex-Man United player. Let's make that clear. He's just not any ex-Man United player. He has global reach. He has his own club out in the United States. He's got Miami there. He's got, obviously, Messi, top players playing for him. He has got clout. He's got serious clout. So watch this space. That's all I'm saying. Watch this space. But anyway, join me for that in a short while. I'm going to end the show there. I want to thank you, everyone who's jumped on and dropped their comments. PI, again, thank you for letting me know about my echo. I apologise. I'm going to sort it out, make sure the settings are proper for the next segment and the next show in a short while. Same thing with you, Dave. Thank you for joining, and I will be doing an update show in the next half an hour or so. And same thing with Sanus. I'll be with you shortly, but for now, thank you very much, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.